Hi guys, so while the Tories are hoping that the D-Day fiasco will disappear, it's unlikely to anytime soon, or perhaps until the next massive gaffe by the Prime Minister takes place. The official response is that Rishi Sunak deeply cares about veterans and the symbolic nature of the event, that he was there, and that he has apologised. What MPs, spokespeople and the Prime Minister himself are refusing to say is why Rishi Sunak left. Mel Stride was on the Trevor Philips show trying to paper over the cracks, and it wasn't going well.
But I just want to ask this. He's yet to say what was so important that he had to miss the climax of the commemoration for the 4,426 who fell on D-Day. Has he told you what was so important?
I've not discussed it. What I do know is that he has recognised that he made a mistake. He deeply regrets that. He has apologised unequivocally for that. In fact, he uses that formulation.
Indeed.
And I apologise.
But if I may say so,
yeah.
It's a bit odd, and if I may say so, unfair, that they're sending you out on the Sunday morning round and nobody has told you why it was that the Prime Minister couldn't stay for the international commemoration, has endured, I guess, 2 or 3 days of criticism over it. You're speaking with the party this morning, and nobody's told you why he couldn't be there?
So we know what the other engagement was.
Did you ask, by the way?
We also know...
Did you ask
I haven't spoken to the
there?
Prime Minister since that, so I don't have any direct discussion that I can share with you that I've had with the Prime Minister. But Trevor, he attended the events in Portsmouth. He attended the British-led
I get all that. We've heard all that.
He's accepted. And can I just say
with the greatest
something?
respect, it's a bit baffling.
Can I?
You've had 3 days of this. You are sent out to bat for the party, and nobody tells you. You haven't asked. The first question is, why couldn't he be there? What was the reason?
This was, and I think this has been made public, that there were engagements that were in the diary before the election was called, etc. But the important point here, Trevor, what matters is that a recognition has been made that a mistake has been made, and the Prime Minister...
You can't defend it. Like, first of all, he says, well, I haven't spoken to the Prime Minister. That's absolute BS. Absolute BS. You're out there. Number 10 has selected you to go out there, or the party has selected you to go out there to the media and defend this. And you didn't ask, why the hell did he come back? Obviously, you know why the hell he came back. Because he didn't give a crap about the commemoration. He wanted to be back to do that interview. But you can't say that, because that would be him prioritising the interview over the veterans, over this event. So you can't say that. So you're trying to pretend that, well, I haven't spoken to the Prime Minister. It doesn't matter whether you spoke to the Prime Minister. You have been given talking points by number 10 or by the party. They're telling you this is what you have to say. And what you have to say is he apologised. He had some conflicting event in his calendar. This was planned way in advance. And he has apologised. Let's move on. Let's stop talking about this. And that's what he's there for. He won't answer why Rishi Sunak came back, because that would be embarrassing. He knows why Rishi Sunak came back. We all know why Rishi Sunak came back, because he wanted to do that interview where he doubled down on the lie that he claimed during the debate with Keir Starmer that the Labour Party would raise taxes by £2,000. Increase people's taxes by £2,000. That's what he was returning for. But you can't say that, because once again, that would be prioritising the election or his chances of holding on to his seat over a commemoration that would see people who have attended maybe not seeing it the next time round. The importance of this event. For Rishi Sunak, it was more important to come back and do a ridiculous interview. But you can't tell the truth there, because that would be embarrassing. So what you do is you double down on, well, he apologised and all this other rubbish. It's pathetic. We all know why he came back. You know why he came back. But you have to continue defending this. Look, I think it would be more honest if Rishi Sunak just came out and said, look, I made a mistake. I came back to do an interview. It was the wrong thing to do. I apologise and I'm sorry for that. I prioritised politics over this event. That was a mistake. Because then he could actually... Look, it would be a stupid thing to say, be a stupid excuse, but at least he'd be able to move on from it. But instead, they're doing this tap dance about, well, he apologised and it was planned in advance. And this puts booster rockets under this debate, under this issue. It won't go away until it's actually resolved. And he could actually resolve it. It would be difficult for him. It would require some sort of courage, which Rishi Sunak doesn't really have. But it would be done and dusted. Remove this band-aid. It's painful, but then you can move on from it. But instead, they engage in this charade. It's ridiculous. Maybe they're just hoping for the next gaffe to distract the public from this charade itself. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.